Hi everybody and welcome back to this channel. I often like to participate in FAKEMON drawing challenges, like you maybe already know. I actually started doing this ever since I started to design FAKEMON in like 2020. And today I want to show you a FAKEMON I've created for the Mazah Contest of Subjectively. Spoiler alert, my FAKEMON didn't get picked, but you probably knew that already since you've watched their videos. Which is fine, the other entries were really amazing, so I understand it, but I still want to show you this FAKEMON and include it somewhere. So this FAKEMON is based on Mexican silver mines, and I had this random idea of turning Roggenrola into a melting ball of silver basically. And then I got a second idea because I know that mines caves were used as burying grounds for human remains, so I thought, what if this melting Roggenrola basically is shapeless and is constantly losing its form and stuff, because it can't control its body until it sees a human skull and gets the idea of shaping its body into it. So it tries to manifest its form and basically turns into some sort of melty silver human skull. And I thought that makes sense in the sense of it now has a visual element that it tries to manifest. Before that there were only rocks and other stuff, and it just didn't know what to do. And here is the steel type Jermanzburg Roggenrola. Please note that it's not actually a Jermanzburg Roggenrola, it is part of an upcoming, or well, hopefully upcoming future region, but I don't have a name for it, so as of right now I will call it Jermanzburg Roggenrola. Next up, Boldore. In this form I wanted to give it a few more skeleton elements, however not in an anatomically correct sense. Like there are some rib-looking parts sticking out of its back, because when skeletons are like lying around they're often getting disturbed by animals or like water and stuff like that, so the bones are not in the correct positions, which makes it harder to put it back again. So Boldore just used the visual elements to shape its body, however it's like not over the top but a bit chaotic. I tried to shape the lower body like melting teeth, because I figured that would actually be the part that's like hard to maintain, because teeth are very small and it's not able to get these details exactly like they are. And as you can see on the right arm, it is still it's still a bit gooey, it doesn't fully have the control over its body, and it's still melting a lot. And I came up with an evolution method for this one, and that's basically you have to level up Boldore in a cave with a ghost type on your team, because spoiler alert, this FAKEMON will also turn into a ghost type if you haven't guessed it yet. The shiny for this line was inspired by fake gold. In German it's called Katzengold, however in English I believe it's fool's gold, which makes way more sense. It's basically a material that looks like gold, it looks very expensive, but it's basically worthless, which sounds pretty rude now that I think about it, but yeah, you get it. And here it is, Jermanzburg Boldore, the forming Pokemon. I already said everything about this FAKEMON. Besides, I actually think this might be my favorite one out of this line, because the spiky things on its back, and I don't know, I just think it looks kinda cool. And lastly, the Gigalith line. The Gigalith evolution. Like I already said, it will gain the ghost typing. It is now partially surrounded by ghostly energy, which will help it to hold its body together. Basically, even though it's still not anatomically accurate. However, on its face there are now some teeth, and the thing in like the middle of its face, that's a rib-like looking feature that was misplaced, and on its chest there are some giant tusks and teeth. Originally there was actually supposed to be a Roggenrola line that was native to the Jermanzburg region. It was, I believe, an ice type, however, like with this form I had a lot of trouble designing the Gigalith one, and I really didn't like the end result, so I decided not to develop it any further. And used the Martian, or was supposed to be Martian Roggenrola line because I had already rendered it and I thought it would be a waste to not include it somewhere. Oh, speaking of FAKEMON that didn't make it into the Jermanzburg region, there are actually at least 17 FAKEMON lines as of right now that I had concepts for, or I made some sketches, and some are basically finished, but I didn't really like the outcome. Like, I wasn't nearly as happy as I thought I would be, or the concept was just rushed or didn't make sense and I didn't want to include it in the region, so I decided to scrap them basically, which kinda hurts. I know Pragmatic once did a video about scrapped FAKEMON, and at first I was like, why would you do that? Like, it's your own fan project, why would you scrap these designs? You can just include them, like it doesn't really matter. But now that I found myself unhappy with some sketches or designs, I realized that quality over quantity, even though it's only a fan project and not an actual game. There are like 3 or 4 where I'm considering using the concepts in the future, maybe redesigning them, but definitely in the near future. However, once I am hopefully gonna finish this project, I want to make a video about these designs, about these scrap designs. I don't know, I thought it could be cool. I mean, bonus content after finishing such a long series might be interesting, and like some behind the scenes stuff, but enough of that. Here it is, Jermanzburg Gigalith. Like I said, it's now a steel and ghost type. It's pretty large, and I know in the map video I didn't mention any caves because honestly I just forgot them, but there will obviously be caves in the Jermanzburg region where you can find this. And you have to go very deep into the caves to actually find those FAKEMON, and I figured there could be like a minigame where you have to follow a new item called Silver Nugget in contrast to the Gold Nugget, which they sometimes leave behind. So you have to follow this trail until you find this FAKEMON. So I hope you enjoyed this new regional FAKEMON line. It's been laying around for a while and there's actually no reason, I just forgot about it. Which is really mean again. Please let me know your opinions in the comments, leave a like, share it with your friends if you think your friends might enjoy this content too. Please subscribe to not miss any new videos, and see you in the comments.